Captain Ibrahim Traoré, president of Burkina Faso, traveled to Moscow aboard a Russian aeroplane to attend Victory Day celebration on May 9th. It is indicated that Russia sent a private jet to transport Traoré from Burkina Faso to Moscow, emphasizing the diplomatic significance of the gesture. I'm going to give you details and breakdown so you can understand what this is about. A friend of mine that is very involved in NGOs once was offered a job in a foreign nation. Good job, very interesting job, good pay, very appealing. But there was a catch. They wanted somebody with a PhD. He didn't have a PhD. He looked at the job for a long time. He wrote his CV and sent it, even though he had no PhD. 5 months later, he received a phone call. It was the recruiter. He said, "Sir, you have a job." So he asked, but I don't have a PhD. He said, "We know that. We knew that. But out of everybody that could have participated," he said, "you are the most brave. Not the most qualified, but certainly the most brave. So we are very interested to see what you have to offer." My friend got a job and his life changed forever. Today he's one of the biggest guys I know into that sector. Sometimes when God gives you an opportunity, don't say it's too much for me. When they give you an opportunity at work, when your director is sick or your leader is absent and cannot assume his role anymore, don't say, "This is too much for me. I'm scared. I don't think I have the experience." Say yes. You're going to learn on the job. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for coming by. You are appreciated. This is Home, fellas. We like you here. Hey, my name is Zack. I know you don't know me. I don't know who you are, but if we watch each other for some time, watch each other. You heard what I say. We watch each other. For some times, we certainly gonna like each other. Thank you very much for stopping by. You stopped because I perhaps look like you're one of your cousins. Well, maybe you look like mine too. That's why we're here. It's energy. It's all about vibe. Hey, don't go. Stay here. Click on the button. Call subscribe. We want to see you here again. We're going to appreciate one another. Here we talk about the land, the motherland, Africa. You want to know about the land? You're at the right place. Ghana, Uganda, Tanzania, you want to know about them? You are at the right place. You want to know about South Africa, Zimbabwe, Rwanda, Burundi, you are at the right place. Fella, today we're talking about Ibrahim Traoré. Here's a map. Beautiful place, lovely people. Burkina Faso. That's the leader. You certainly have heard about this man. 37-year-old man that's shaking the world right now. What's happening? He's in Russia right now. He went to support the movement of Vladimir Putin, commemorating Russian soldiers that were unalived during World War II. How did you fly to Russia? Well, he flew in Russia in a special way. He flew with the Russia Special Flight Squadron, which is a special group of airplanes by the Russians. This is dedicated to the Russian president, of Russia's most important people, and Russian special guests. We're gonna find out here, why did he use a Russian flight and not use a Burkina flight or in any other flight? Why didn't he, as a president, charter the flight to Russia? What was the goal? Was he in danger? Is he fearing of something? Is he somebody plotting somewhere to unalive him perhaps? We're gonna find out just now. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, president of Burkina Faso, traveled to Moscow aboard a Russian aeroplane to attend Victory Day celebration on May 9th. It is indicated that Russia sent a private jet to transport Traoré from Burkina Faso to Moscow, emphasizing the diplomatic significance of the gesture. I'm gonna give you details and breakdown so you can understand what this is about. Traoré lands in Moscow, VIP treatment from Russia. Russia sent private jet to pick him up from Burkina Faso, escorted by fighter jet in the air. So fighter jet were escorting his flight, just the way they do with Vladimir Putin. And he arrived with his pistol strapped on his waist. This is policy that's not accepted, coming to a meeting with other presidents and having your pistol. Nobody accepts that. But for some reason, Ibrahim Traoré has been given green light to do that. Is it because of trust? Is it because they believe in me? Or is it just because they want to make him feel comfortable? Why the trip? Traoré visits aligned with Burkina Faso's growing alliance with Russia, following 2022 coup that distanced the country from France. So Ibrahim Traoré pushed his country away from France because they were colonized by France and they were not happy. Colonization apparently was ended in the 1960s, but in reality, financially, economically, France was still looting the country. He came into power and said, "Enough, no more France, goodbye." Traoré accepted President Vladimir Putin's invitation to attend the 80th anniversary of victory in a great patriotic war. Now, This shows you that Vladimir Putin extended the hand with an invitation to Traore. He didn't just pitch up by himself. He was invited. Now, he could have said yes, and he could have said no. Why yes? It's good to show loyalty to Putin. Why no? Because if you say yes to Putin, then you are the enemy of the West, including Donald Trump, who's not an easy person to deal with. Ibrahim Traore traveled in a VIP configured jet from Rossiya Special Flight Squadron, which is a special group of flights specially made for very important diplomats, including Vladimir Putin and his collaborators. The Rossiya special flight was, as we cannot tell with precision, was between the Lunchin IL-96 or the Tupolev Tu-204, while the Russian planes. The use of Russian plane is not by mistake, it's strategic. There are for many reasons. Diplomatic reasons, security reasons. This is all grounded in the context of Burkina Faso's political stance. Diplomatic symbolism. Russia's provision for a private jet was a high-level gesture to underscore the strengthening alliance between Russia and Burkina Faso, particularly under Traoré leadership since his September 2022 coup. Traoré's attendance in Victoria Day alongside leaders like Xi Jinping, Nicolas Maduro, was a platform for Russia to showcase its growing influence in Africa, countering Western dominance. As you can see, it shows great strength of alliance. Number two is Russia confirming its influence in Africa. Traoré has faced multiple coup attempts. Example, September 2023, April 2025. The man is looked for. They're trying to unalive this guy. So he has to take care of his security stance and be very careful. A Russian plane ensures security, transport, minimizing risks compared to commercial flights or Western-controlled airspace. Obviously, if you use an airplane that was built by the West, and the West is against this meeting, and you are looking like you don't like the West very much, and you are just a president from Africa, and you're flying to a place they don't want you to go, what are the chances that your flight disappear? How many times you've heard of flight disappearing in the air? Okay, so to avoid that, let's use a Russian plane, because there's nobody that's going to come to... I mean, we've seen many planes disappear, right? Lots of them. Burkina Faso's strained relationship with France and the US, including Traoré's expulsion of French troops and rejection of Western aid, made Russian transport a safer option amid fears of Western interference. So it just makes sense. Let's just use the Russian because they are at the same level. And they're going to be scared of doing anything wrong to the Russian plane because, they have the atomic bomb. What will Burkina Faso do if they make the flight disappear? Using a Russian plane was symbolic rejection of Western infrastructure, reinforcing Traoré's pivot to Russia as a partner, as seen in military cooperation. What's particular about these aeroplanes? We're going to find out. Again, like I said, this is Rossiya Special Flight Squadron, which embed a group of Russian-made aeroplanes with the goals of protecting leaders. These are armored airplanes with capacity and capabilities that commercial planes don't have. We're going to find out here. What do these planes have in particular? These aircraft are equipped with a jamming system that can disrupt radars and radio signal used to guide surface-to-air missiles and air-to-air threat. So these airplanes have a system that disrupts radars from hitting it. It's an extra layer of protection. Missile approach warning system. This airplane system also uses sensors to detect incoming missile threats and automatically trigger countermeasures such as flares and electronic jamming. Some special planes have systems to deter missiles. They will shoot flares. By shooting flares, hopefully the missile will hit the flare. They will disrupt the electronic functioning with the missile. This airplane has an armed cockpit and bulletproof glass to protect the flight crew from gunfire or explosion. The airplane has a secure communication and encryption system. The aircraft includes a highly encrypted satellite communication system to maintain secure contact with Russian military and political command, even in conflict zone. So they cannot read what's being said. It is protected and special. The airplane also have counter-drone measures. As we can see, the drones have taken a very great amount of positioning in terms of war. And drones can actually down airplanes. The airplane has a drone countering system to disable drones that come very next to it automatically. So as you can see, Traoré was treated in a way that is the most appropriate possible, not as a second-grade citizen. I think it's a message from Russia to the world, which is, I've got allies. I've got brand new allies and I like them. In Russia, they all went to salute the people. There were 29 leaders in attendance from 29 different countries that clearly defied the West. That is a very strong message saying we are standing strong. And what's interesting as well is Zelensky said he cannot guarantee your security. But it is reported that absolutely nothing has occurred. No drone, nothing has been recorded on the 29th. I mean, they're talking about some drone being shot on the 27th, on the 28th, but on the 29th, absolutely nothing. And I dare to believe that they probably told him, listen, the Chinese president is there and some other president. Maybe you need support from other people. As much as you have beef with Putin, if you shoot anything in Moscow while these presidents are there, it's going to be you being defiant of everybody. It's not going to be you against Putin anymore. It's going to be you endangering everybody else as president. At least the ones that are there. And that's not a very good landscape to you. Let me know how you feel about this, fellas. It's always a great pleasure. Hey, for the people that see us in private, the people that have joined our group, I see you. Thank you very much for doing so. You appreciate it. Please be ready this weekend for our session, private session, for our live video. I hope we're going to have it down. God bless.